This first shuffle I want to show you is a variation of the push-through shuffle. It was published in Enchantments by Wesley James, at least a version of it was. I thought I came up with it a long time ago, but I found that it was also in that publication. Shuffle looks just like this. You get a real good illusion of the cards being squared as you kind of caress the side of the deck. But, as you all know, in any blind shuffle, all the cards stay in the same position. All right, now comes the fun part where you guys get to be in on the secret. I'm going to show you exactly how this shuffle works. You're going to cut the top half of the deck to the right, and you're going to cut less than half because you're actually going to shuffle one packet into the other packet. So you cut less than half over to the right. I got probably about 20 cards here. And then what you're going to do is begin riffling them together, but you're going to do this by riffling a few cards off the left-hand packet first. So that'll give you some breathing space to do the move a little bit easier. Then you begin shuffling the packets together, and you want to end with cards on the left packet on top. Okay, you begin to push them together, and here comes the big move, and that's done with the middle finger and the thumb of the right hand. What you're going to do is kind of push this packet, which is the original top packet. You kind of angle it diagonally like that. I'm pushing up like this, kind of like you're opening up a bottle cap. And once you bring it up to this point, with your middle finger you're going to caress the right side of the deck, but you're going to apply pressure, because when you apply pressure, it's going to cause that packet to slightly protrude from this side. Okay, that's your brief, and that's what you're going to strip out in a second. Then with your with your left middle finger and thumb, you're going to straighten out that packet. So this is the situation. You have the original top half buried amongst the bottom half, and with your middle fingers and thumbs of both hands, you're going to strip out that top packet, just like this. And strip them out and complete the cut, just like that, and the deck comes back to its original order. And that's a push-through variation. This next blind shuffle I want to show you is the pull-through shuffle. Same kind of concept as a push-through, but after doing a lot of research, I found that they really are quite different. A lot of people use them interchangeably, but this is the pull-through, and no cards change position. Now I'm going to show you guys the secret of the pull-through shuffle, which is similar to the push-through because the packets go through one another, but it's done a little differently, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Again, you cut the top packet over to the right, and the top packet is smaller than the left packet. And you're going to shuffle the exact same way as you did in that first push-through shuffle that I showed you. You're going to let a bed of cards fall from the left side, and then shuffle the right packet into the left packet. Okay, so you have this situation. Okay? From here, what you're going to do is begin to push forward, and you're not going to actually straighten out. You're going to keep pushing at an angle, the angle that you shuffled in. So again, this is kind of what it looks like. You shuffle, and you begin pushing forward just the way it is, as opposed to straightening it out. Once you get to about this point, where the packets touch the fingers of the opposite hand, you're going to bring over your left middle finger, and you're going to use that and your right middle finger to pull the packets through one another. Okay? Once you pull it out, this is the situation you have. This is the original top half here, and this is the bottom half. And then you continue with the strip out and place the top back on top. So again, here's that concept. You cut a packet over to the right, begin a bed of cards with the left, shuffle the right into the left, begin pushing forward, bring over your middle fingers, pull the packets through one another, and then strip out and complete your cut. And that puts the cards all back in the same order. That's the pull-through shuffle. We're going to talk about some false cuts. You can see the ace of spades is on the bottom, and the ace of hearts is on the top. The cards are handed to me to cut, and the cut looks like this. And the cards maintain their position with the ace of hearts on top and the ace of spades on bottom. That's the tap cut. Now I'm going to expose you guys to some of these false cuts that I showed you. The first one that I did is called the tap cut. pretty simply called the tap cut because there's a tap involved. But the top card's the ace of hearts, bottom card's ace of spades, and basically what I'm doing is this. That was quick, so now I'll break down the mechanics of it. You're just putting the bottom on the bottom and the top right back on the top. Incredibly simple, but it flies by, and I think it's because of that sound and that moment where they're not sure what exactly is going on. So it's pretty evil, but it's a good move. And here's what you do. You're going to start by doing what's called a kick cut, which is with your right index finger, you're going to lift up a portion of the cards and bring it over toward the right side. Okay? Then with your left hand, you're going to grasp these cards, the original top cards, and bring them over to the left. You tap it like that, and then drop the original bottom and put the top back on top. So again, you kick over, you tap, and you put the top back on the top. It's real simple, but it's a great move. I think you'll have fun with it. So another false cut that you might like, I have the ace of hearts on top, ace of spades on the bottom. The cards are handed to me for the cut, and it looks like this. It's kind of a continuous sequence. It can be done in combination with other moves, such as up the ladder, to maintain the position of the top, bottom, and actually every card in the deck. Now I'm going to show you guys the gambler's running cut. It's basically like you're taking apart a jigsaw puzzle and putting it right back together again. It's very simple. It all happens in one place. It's not too fancy, so you can get away with it in a card game. And here's the basic concept of it. You have the ace of hearts on top in this example, and the ace of spades on the bottom of the deck. And what you're going to do is cut basically thirds, as a good rule, is to do this in segments of 3. You're going to draw out about a third of the deck from the bottom, and you're going to place it on top, but you're going to keep a break with your left thumb. That's signifying where the bottom card is and where the top card is. Okay? Then you're going to draw out more cards from the bottom, about half, another third, and place it on top of the original bottom. So you're just putting the cards back in the order they were. It's evil, yes, but it's still good. And then you take the top portion, pull it out, and put it right back on top. That's the gambler's running cut. Now, in the demonstration, I did a little bit of tweaking on it. And you can combine this with other techniques, such as up the ladder, which I teach in Weapons of the Cardshark 1, which would look something like this. And this is very similar to something that Sal Piacente does. I've seen him do several times, and he does it very well. And it keeps the bottom card on the bottom, keeps the top card on the top, and it keeps all the cards in their original order. That's the gambler's running false cut. This is the classic pass false cut. I have the ace of spades on top, the ace of clubs on the bottom. That's representing any kind of stack you might have. Give the cards a cut. Ace of spades is still on top, ace of clubs still on bottom. Okay, this false cut is a classic pass false cut. I have a friend in Richmond named John Smaley who does this very well. It's a good thing to add to your arsenal, even as a magician. This is something that you will get a lot of use out of. I have the ace of hearts on top, I have the ace of spades on bottom. The first thing you're going to do is actually with your pinky, you're just going to stick it somewhere in the middle of the deck. Okay? So the way I do it is with my right thumb, I lift up about half the cards and then insert my pinky inside the break, just like that. And what you're going to do is with your right hand, you're going to grab only the bottom portion. You're not going to grab the top portion, just the bottom. This helps with your right thumb by bending it and placing it right there so it doesn't contact any of the top cards. You're going to lift up the bottom packet as the top gets levered going toward the side. This is the kind of angle that you're getting here. And you're pulling up the original bottom packet and placing it right to the table, just like that. And then you're taking the original top and putting it right back on top. That's the classic pass false cut. Now I'm going to talk about some glimpses, which are ways to peek cards that are on top or on bottom of the deck. And it's done from a shuffled deck, so I honestly don't know the position of any of these cards. The first one's the bend glimpse, looks like that, and I now know that the top card is the 7 of clubs. This is the explanation for the bend glimpse. The cards are again mixed. I don't know the position of any of the cards. And in just giving the cards a quick bend to like straighten out any bend that you put in it while shuffling, you can glimpse the top card. Okay? This is basically what it looks like. I know I did it in the demonstration, but the actual techniques on what's going on here is I'm holding the deck like this with my 4 fingers very low on the deck, okay, on the left hand, and the thumb on the top of the deck. I'm going to push it over a little bit. And then when I bend it, you can see that index corner. This index corner right here is bent towards you. So I can see that that's a 10. Okay? So this is what it looks like again. I push over, I bend, and I see that that's a jack of diamonds. Okay? Just like that, you can glimpse the top card, and it's a heck of an advantage to know that. Again, this can be used in Magic as well. They pick a card, they put it back. You said, why do you shuffle like that and bend the cards? And you know what their card is. Okay? So that's the bend glimpse. This next glimpse is called the 1 or 2 card drop. I learned it from Dustin Marks, Cheating at Blackjack and Cheating at Blackjack Squared, and also his video, The Real Work, Cheating at Blackjack. It's not to be done when you're shuffling. Someone else is shuffling, and they pass to you for the cut, and in doing the cut, you know what the cards are. I know that there's a king of spades and a 9 of spades on top of the deck. This is the explanation for the 1 or 2 card drop. I learned it from Dustin Marks. He's got 2 excellent books out called Cheating at Blackjack and Cheating at Blackjack Squared. He's also got a video out called Cheating at Blackjack, The Real Work. The guy likes cheating at blackjack. Here's how the move works. Basically, it's not done on your deal, which is why this is great, because a lot of these moves that I've shown you are all done on your deal. Well, you can't deal all night. So eventually, you're going to have to hand the precious deck over to someone else. You'll have to pass on the pasteboards, as we say in business. So let's say this guy on my right hands me the deck. Well, he shuffled them, so I don't know the position of any of these cards. Okay? I don't know how he shuffled, anything like that. He passes them over to me, and in giving the cards a cut, I'm going to lift up with my thumb and about the middle of the deck, and if I bend it, I can see the indexes of the cards as they go by, as I drop them with my left thumb. Okay? So basically, to give you an example of what it should look like, the cards are shuffled, he passes it over to me, I give the cards a cut like this, and not only do I know that the 10 of spades is on top, but I also know that the ace of clubs is on the bottom by doing the 2 card drop. Okay? The 1 card drop, if you want to practice doing it 1 card, and then you get up to 2 cards, then maybe even 3 cards, you want to take it as far as you want. But for Magic, this is also an excellent, excellent move, because you can have them shuffle. They hand you the deck. You say, well, I don't trust you exactly, so let me go ahead and give the cards a cut. And you know the top card's the 8 of clubs. You can use that as a key card or anything else. This is a great glimpse. I'm almost sorry for giving it away, so enjoy it, okay? You deserve it. This is another method of glimpsing during the deal. So the cards are legitimately shuffled. It's my deal, and I deal out a card, and I know that that's the 6 of hearts. All right, this is the deal glimpse. It's from a shuffled deck of cards, so I don't know the position of any of the cards in the deck whatsoever. Okay? Now, when I deal the top card, what I'm going to do is I'll do it exaggerated so you can really see it. Okay? I flip it up like that. With my index finger, I nick it as it comes around. As it rotates, I lift with my index finger. And I get a flash of that index every time I deal. Okay? So that's exaggerated. Let me show you. Once you practice it enough, you should be able to get it to the point where you can just do that. Like that. I can tell it's the ace of spades. Okay? I hold the card like this, and you can flash the index really quick, and you can tell where the cards are and which ones are coming out. So if you do this for more than one player, if you want to, you could do this for every card you deal, but it's going to be hard to remember the cards. Okay? But that's what it looks like. That's the deal glimpse. And you should be able to tell what the cards are as they come off the deck. So now I'm going to show you some methods of cold stacking. So the deck is legitimately shuffled. You're going to have to trust me here. And the deck is handed to you completely shuffled, and you have to stack hands. And this is what it would look like. I learned this shuffle from the McDougall